gonna catch me a fish, not a buck, but a tub.
Tackle junkies. What's going on, everyone? If you heard Big Sure singing,
Oh yeah.
that was basically one of the issues today. He was relying on his vocal skills versus his fishing skills.
George let me down.
I don't want to hear any more about George. I'm just cutting him off.
He let me
George.
down.
I was ready to get George today, go in his mouth, out his back, thread him up on the spinnerbait, and have his tail from my trailer. Okay. I'm going to break it down to you like this. Break it down like this. Today's Friday. What's today, 15th? 15th. I think it's blowing like, what, 74 mile an hour out there, something like that?
Oh, it's terrible.
Give or take, 74, 75.
80.
But we knew we only had a few hours to fish, really only a couple hours to fish, because storms were coming in. Mike was off school today. We wanted to make the best of it, get out there and fish. The new truck is here. If you guys haven't seen that, check me out on Facebook and Instagram. The new truck is here. We figured this is going to be one of our last trips to the ponds for a while, because we're both ready to get out on a big boat and hit the big water. Get out on the Crestliner. So we figured, you know what, let's make the best of it today. I don't have my tags yet for the lakes. My wife just did those emails last night, so I can go pick up my tags and all that. So hopefully Crestliner's out next week. Anyways, so we said, you know what, let's make one last trip to the ponds. Mike's off. Let's make the best of it. We knew we only had a couple hours with all the rain coming in, and that boat out there is terrible in the wind. So it wasn't, it really wasn't a lot of fun. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, it really wasn't a lot of fun. The sausage biscuits were good and soft this morning.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Pepsi afterwards, good and cold.
Yeah. Mine already finished.
The nacho was right on. So that kind of made it, you know, pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyways, with only having, we're like way off subject here. With only having a couple hours to fish, we said, you know what, we need to figure out like the best bait for the situation. And with all the wind, I mean, it's hard to beat a spinnerbait, right? Now, clear water, dirty water, spinnerbait is getting bit. But the kind of the deal with clear water, you want some wind, you want cloud cover, which we had all that today. We had plenty of wind, plenty of cloud cover, and at those ponds it is fairly clear. So like I said, you want one or the other, and really what that does is it cuts down on, you know, light. So it makes the spinnerbait much harder to see in clear water. Obviously in the muddier water, stained water, dirtier water, you know, they can feel that spinnerbait, but in clear water, of course, they can feel it as well, but it's more of a visual strike. And with a spinnerbait not really looking all that, you know, real, like I said, you want that wind or cloud cover to help camo the bait, which, like I said, we had more than enough of that today. But I think kind of how I want to kind of break this down, and I'm probably just going to have, I may already have fish clips just playing throughout the video. I think it's kind of how we're going to roll on this one, because 100% the audio is trash.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't even enough power with that trolling motor to swing us around. We just had to let the wind kind of do a 360, and then we were straight. We couldn't turn it.
No, we gotta go.
But like I said, we knew we wanted to toss a spinnerbait, and one of my all-time go-to favorites there is the Booyah. Booyah 3/8. I believe that color could be Golden Shiner. I'm not 100% on the color. You know what? What's it right here? Gold Shad. Gold Shad. Here's a new one there in the package. Gold Shad. One of my all-time go-to favorite spinnerbaits right there. And really with that pond, a double gold willow is the deal. Now there is shad in that pond. Normally, a gold blade does really well in ponds where there is bluegill. I think that color kind of mimics bluegill a bit more than the chrome. But also in muddier, dirtier water and all that, that gold just puts off a different hue, does really well in, you know, that off-colored water. But for whatever reason, with that pond being clear years ago, man, a double gold willow was the deal. Water was fairly clear today, even after all the rain that we've been getting. And with all the wind, I thought for sure, man, this is just going to knock him dead out there.
I mean,
so, Mike, you had this one on. Mike had on the, what we call it, called golden shad. Mike had this one on here, okay, golden shad, or gold shad. And I had on this one. I don't know the name of it. It's probably very similar. This one could be called golden shiner. It's another booyah. It is the Vibraflex, and this wire, it's got a ton of vibration to it, so Vibraflex. But both had double gold willows, and I noticed right from the jump. Mike, I mean, he doesn't really pay attention.
right.
But I noticed right from the jump, I'm getting a lot of tail slaps or something. It's not the right color, and you can really tell that with like a crankbait. If you know, I love fishing crankbaits, and if they're hitting that back hook, they're eating it, but they're not loving it. You know what I'm saying? It's good enough to hit, but they're not getting that front hook. And you'll know when you got that right color when they're hitting that front hook. And like I said, I was getting so many slaps with this double gold blade. I was like, you know what? I got to make a change. Mike went to his vocal skills, like he kind of showed you earlier. Mike, you want to kind of sing your song?
I'm gonna.
Okay, so Mike relied on the vocal skills. He was pretty stubborn, would not switch. He stuck with the gold blade, and he said that usually the first thing that he ties on is he has most confidence in it, so he sticks with it. That's really because he's just super lazy. He doesn't want to tie anything else on. And he knows I don't want to do it because I've already taught him like 100 times. I got him videos. I sent him the videos, and he still can't tie his own knot.
You have never sent me a video.
I think that was Mike's excuse. Like he's act like he had a ton of confidence in it. He just lazy.
Got like one fish.
But it was, you know, the proof is in the video. Proof is in the video. I told Mike, I said, look, I got to change. Something is not right.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Got one?
Nah, that one hit me too.
Hit you?
Yeah. There's something there.
Probably a fish.
Huh?
Probably a fish.
Maybe.
There we go. One just hit me. See, he hit me again. I'm not taking it. That's a sign. That's a sign there.
This might be a tub. Because remember on our first day, this happened and the fish wasn't there.
We get hit one more time and they don't take it, we're switching colors. Because it could be the gold they're just slapping at. There we go. No, that's a sign, dude. This is not it. This is not it.
Is it?
Change for spinnerbaits. So I went to, you can cut it off here real fast. We have a cutter. We have a cutter. Get the scissors out of that bag, Mike. Instead of trying to show it to you with the rod on here and poking you in the eyeballs. So I went to
Sit down.
I probably have a package here. I just grabbed a bunch of the new ones that I had in the package here just because I want to mess around with some new ones. This is the Counter-Strike here. Color is, looks like chrome, maybe chrome shad could be the color there. But it's more of that chrome type color. Your silvers and your whites. Your silvers and your whites. But that lead blade is chrome. All right, and once I switched to this color, they were chewing it. And matter of fact, they were choking it. So I knew right then that I had the right color. Now I do believe if we would have slowed down with some plastics, most likely those bass were sitting on the wood. But with that wind, I mean, there's no way you probably could even felt a bite. There would have been like this huge bow in your line. And that boat out there does not have talons or power poles.
And the boat is just, if you get a 5-pounder or more, you're either going to start doing donuts or it's going to be like
as soon as you take your foot off the trolling motor, you're done. We almost had to keep our foot on the trolling motor the whole time because once you lost the momentum, you were going backwards when you were on 5, you know, so. But anyways, kind of the point here is, you know, the fish will talk to you. You know, are you listening? Mike? No, negative. Mike does not listen. I listened though. I seen it. I made the adjustment, and I caught way more fish than Big Mike. And you guys know Big Mike's usually like toe-to-toe with me. But since he was kind of like stubborn and didn't want to retie a different spinnerbait on, he only caught like 3 fish. I probably caught a dozen, 15 easy.
But I will say, that was the only one in there.
Well, that could be the problem. When he finally decided to tie one on, look, like I said, I brought a bunch of spinnerbaits. I said, grab one. And this was the only one that had the chrome front blade. But he did find a War Eagle I had in here. It was a War Eagle, a Screaming Eagle. What you got, Mike? Cut that off, too. I don't want you to poke me in the eyeball. Here, cut that off. I think we do have the spinnerbait stuck through the rod glove.
Yep.
Okay, let me see that.
No, I got it.
Okay, let's give her a cut there.
Give her a little cut.
$10 he cuts the main line. You can see it's kind of just turned into just a relaxed, fun day. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit.
So, Mike, you could have peeled the moss off it.
What do you mean?
Okay.
No moss.
So this one here is called the Screaming Eagle. And one of the last videos, I was using one of those from Molex. I just recently picked some up from Strike King. But what it is, it's a compact spinnerbait, like this one here. I believe it's a ½ ounce. Yeah, ½ ounce. And they got that weight on the shank there. So you have a smaller profile spinnerbait in a ½ ounce. So anyways, this is the only one that we had with us that had that chrome lead blade there. But I do think you caught a couple on that when you switched.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it's like double the gold.
Yeah, it's kind of funny too. Yeah, so it's got actually more gold in it. If you look at the frame, is gold. The head is gold. But still, if they're trailing it, the chrome flash is really what they're seeing, you know what I'm saying? Just because the water really wasn't super clear today with all that wind and the rain that we got. So I just feel is that lead blade, that end blade there, or the trailing blade, whatever you want to call it here, that's what they were seeing, and that chrome flash is what was getting bit. But if Mike would not have relied on his singing skills earlier and just switched to the spinnerbait with the chrome blade, he may have done really well.
I caught 2 fish out of all the rounds I used with that.
Yeah.
One of them, I'm pretty sure I bonked on that.
Yeah, one he about knocked out. I think his skin hooked it in the eyeball.
It was you.
But you can see, I mean, there is a huge variety of spinnerbaits over there at LureNet. I'll link them down below. Definitely check them out, you know, from the War Eagle, the Booyah. Did you just steal one from me? They even got these over there. These are the Covert series. The Jason Christie special there. Dude's on fire right now. I think he just won the Classic. I think he won the last event as well. Dude's a hammer. Anyways, the Covert series, Jason Christie special there, the regular Booyahs, the Counter Strikes War Eagles. They even have these ones over there too. These are pretty cool. These are called the River Rats. Got the painted blades and all that. River Rats. But huge selection over there. At LureNet, code, will you stop stealing all my spinnerbaits? Code TJ81 will save you guys 15% off over there. But kind of the point that I want to get across to you guys in this video was go with your instinct, go with your gut, go with your confidence, and mine really was the gold spinnerbait double gold willow. But when I realized I needed to make a change, I made it. And just from going to the gold to the chrome, I mean, that really was the difference maker. Didn't catch really many big fish. Caught a handful, 2-pound range. I mean, one of those was way bigger than what my combined all day.
Okay, you caught a fish the same size as your bait. You can't.
But yeah, guys, just, you know, the bass will talk to you, all right? Obviously, we can't hear them, right? But we have to pay attention, whether it's with a crankbait, how are they hitting that crankbait, spinnerbait. You can feel them slapping at that bait. You know what I'm saying? The hook is open, so if you're not getting bit with a spinnerbait, they're just slapping at it, coming up and hitting those blades or whatever. So know then that you need to make a change, and that little change can make all the difference like it did today. Only had a couple hours to fish, but at the end of the day, yeah, we put together I put together a nice little bag of fish.
Yeah.
Will you stop stealing all my spinnerbaits? What else you got over there? You know what I'm gonna have to do?
You know what?
Oh no, he's gonna have his.
You know what?
Boy, you ain't gonna mess with the Maximus steel, boy.
Don't mess with you with this thing.
So before we close out the video, I know you guys like to know about the gear that was used in the video. Stop messing with my spinnerbaits. Normally, my go-to spinnerbait rod is the Akuma TCS 6.9. It's a medium heavy with a moderate fast action. Super fun rod. You guys know that's my go-to rod for spinnerbaits, underspins. I'll even use it for chatterbaits, sometimes crankbaits. Just a good all-around rod for moving baits. Typically, I do go to a cranking rod if I'm throwing treble hook type baits, but in a pinch, it's a great crankbait rod as well. But mainly, it's my go-to rod for moving baits with a single hook, like a spinnerbait, underspin, chatterbait, things like that. But today, I decided to go with a 7-footer with that wind. I thought maybe I really need to heave them out there, give me a bit more distance. So I went with a 7-footer. It's still the all-purpose rod. It's a medium heavy with that moderate fast action. Still has that soft tip to it. But again, that is the TCS all-purpose 7-foot medium heavy. Loads at 3/16, max out at 3/4. The reel, we do have the Daiwa Zillion SV. I'll be doing a review on this reel here soon. Awesome reel, very comfortable in hand, and we are running 15-pound Seaguar Invis-X. Big Mike, you want to share your combo? Probably not. Scratch that.
Here you go.
Scratch that.
Wait a minute. I'm getting a phone call.
You get a phone call. Give me my spinnerbait.
No, I'm talking to someone.
All right, guys and gals, we truly appreciate you guys clicking on the video. If you guys liked the video, be sure to smash the thumbs up. Love you guys. We will see you guys on the next one. We're out.